Here are the 3 advanced effects techniques that you should know when using CapCut. Now, I want you to keep this in mind. This is extremely important. You need to have the mindset of limited software and adaptability. When you're using CapCut, the reason it's so easy to use and almost effortless compared to other programs such as Premiere Pro or even HitFilm is that they make it usable for all demographics, meaning all of the functions that you would see in other effects or in other programs are limited. And so your options are limited, meaning if you wanted to do more advanced effects, you want to make something 3D, or you want to do something that might take a few clicks in another program, you might need to be more adaptable in CapCut to make sure that you get the same or similar effect. It does take a bit of creativity, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. Number 1 is layering your effects. First and foremost, you're going to notice that you have a whole library of awesome effects. The issue is that one of them may not be enough to get the idea that you want across. And so I tell you to layer your effects. When you're layering your effects, you get a better feel of the mood, the environment. For example, the video that I showed you earlier in this video, you could see that I didn't just use one effect actually. I used 3, 4 effects. I had a pulse effect, then I had a camcorder, then I had another effect, and to top it off, you could even add a filter on top of that. When you're using different effects on each other, all you have to think about is, does this go with the theme or the look of what I'm going for? If I want it to look digital and desecrated, then a glitch plus a camcorder effect might be great. If I'm doing something that is related to maybe a vlog or something heartthrob, maybe I could use other things like flip and then add a filter that looks happy and bright. Make sure you use your creativity with this, but when you're layering things on, you could create a much better look than just doing it one filter at a time. Number 2 is exporting layers to create depth. Sometimes when you're creating your work, you realize that you can't move the actual effects to go to one layer. It affects all of the layers. And that causes an issue because maybe you want one thing to have a digital look and the other thing to have a paper look. If you want to do that, you would need to export one of the two of those layers to then collide them together onto a new document. Well, a new composition, I should say. And this is a hassle and it gets annoying from time to time, but it's better than learning how to use Premiere Pro if the learning curve is too much for you. And lastly, number 3 is don't use any effects at all. When you're creating videos, you're editing videos, sometimes less is more. The most advanced technique is to use no technique at all or techniques that are unseen by regular people. Meaning, instead of focusing on the craziest effects and filters, you just focus on the pacing, the emotion, the story slash plot, the characters, etc. When you focus on this, it makes it much easier to create a video. You don't have to create a video based on spectacle. You could create a video based on story. And that leads to most success on any platform.